You are officially in the incinerator. Welcome to another episode of Midday Mania. I hope everybody is having a good day out there wherever you are. Shouts out to everybody that rock with us because this is a worldwide movement. We are definitely worldwide. We global, all that good stuff. Happy weekend to everybody. I give everybody a couple minutes to get in here like we always do. I wanted to thank shout out to my brother, Well Dressed Tactical. Definitely. For sending me this Defend What You Love hoodie. I definitely appreciate that, brother. I'll be reaching out to you later on privately offline, but I got your gift. I just wanted to show that to everybody. I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I hope y'all having a good day. If you're new here, welcome to the Alert Zone TV. This is the nutritious and fruitful channel. All of our videos, it's not always shooting. I have some things I'm working on and may take into next year to get some of the stuff I have planned into motion. But I appreciate you guys and girls for rocking with me on this journey. If you're new here, we got over 900 wonderful pieces of information, from shorts to live streams to videos to posts or whatever. Make sure you go to the community tab because that's where you're always going to get when we're going to go live. There's very seldom that I have a impromptu or a pop-up. I try my best to give you guys and girls ahead of time notice. I wasn't sure about this today, or I would have posted yesterday that I was going to do a Midday Mania. My other business is starting to pick up a little bit. So if it continues in the upward trajectory that it's going, I can get a lot more done. I can get a lot more things done to this channel that I plan on getting done. And then, with my personal life and stuff like that. So shout out to everybody. So, YouTube has been around long enough so you guys and girls know how to join the nutritious and fruitful movement that we got that's worldwide. I definitely would love for you guys and girls to hop aboard this slow-moving locomotive. It's moving slow, but it's moving. Before we get started, I want to shout out, of course, once again, my brother, Well Dressed Tactical, Eyes and Ears Tactical, Say Fool Lonzo, A Regular Gun Guy, My Fly Family, Fat Guy with Guns, Tactical Skillionaire, Dr. T, T Electric, Gun Freak Nation, William Fratelli, White Rambo. I also want to give a special shout out to my brother Black Rambo. It's good to see you back out here. I know you was talking about the shadow ban that you had been under. For those of you guys and girls that's new to this channel, I posted a political commentary after the 2024 presidential election, and it got me shadow banned. YouTube did send me a long email about their disappointment in some of the things that I said. And, when you're on these platforms, sometimes they want you to not say certain things, and you know what I mean? So my brother Black Rambo, I know he posts a lot, and I was wondering why I hadn't seen him, and I guess they starting to lift his shadow ban. I know what he's going through as far as the industry. He's creating his own products. We gotta all get behind that. Let me say, as a content creator, we give every company that's in the Second Amendment, the firearms industry, we give them all advertising. A lot of the times we don't get paid for this stuff. A lot of the places, they don't do deals with us, and that's fine. They have their own choice. Nevertheless, We got to get behind those in gun tube that has their own products, whether it be merchandise and things like that. You know, I got a couple pieces of merchandise. I need to improve on my buying merchandise from other channels. I'm seeing guys and girls start to create their own accessories and products. That is definitely something I'm gonna get behind because they say when people won't let you sit at their table, create your own and you don't have to worry. So let's get on into it. We already done past the 5-minute mark. So you guys see, this is the Athlon Optic that I won. It says it's the Halos BTR Gen 2 rifle scope, 2x12x42. I won this at a regular meetup 5, arm 5. And I just wanted to have a conversation during MidDay Mania about optics, scopes, and improving your results, and taking more time for those of us who own optics and scopes. And for those of you who want to get you a firearm or a couple firearms, I say this. Get you one optic ready pistol and get you a rifle that's optic ready that you can mount a scope on. And I'm going to tell you why. It helps you improve with your shooting. It helps you with techniques. Mentally, it helps you prepare for a lot of things. I can't show firearms because I'm live. You guys and girls know my Ruger American 450 and 450 Bushmaster. The first time I actually really got a chance to go deer hunting with it, I had a broadside shot and I missed 3 times. Well, my scope had rattled loose and it just didn't work out. I got some work done to it. I took it to somebody and had them set it properly and then sight it in. The last time I went to the range with that gun at 200 yards, I was tearing that steel target up. So I know it's on point. I know it's really, really sturdy where it won't rattle now, which is a good thing. So the next time I take that thing hunting and I get a shot at a deer, I'm going to put it down. You guys and girls have seen a couple of pistols that I own that have optics on it. Most of the time I'm shooting iron sight. I want to get more into optics. Probably my Match 5, my Walter. I don't think I'm going to put an optic on that. I think I'm going to leave that iron sight. But I do want to get more optics. You know, a lot of these optics are very expensive. I want to get more optics and get more comfortable with shooting optics. My preference is an optic that I can co-witness with. That's what I feel is the best for me. Some people might be fine with whether the optic co-witness or not. I would prefer a co-witness in case the light went out or what have you. I do have the Vortex Viper, the Viper for mechanic, and I got 2 CTS Crimson Trace 1500s, and I got a SIG Romeo Zero. I don't know what's going on with it. I can't get the thing to come on now. Excuse me. Maybe I'll take it and see if it's defected or whatever, but I got it on my Echelon. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to probably wind up putting a Vortex on my Echelon or another Crimson Trace because I like those Crimson Traces. I have the Ruger RXM and my Canik TP9 SFX. I have those sighted in and I enjoy going out shooting those. So with that being said, how about you guys and girls? What optics do you have? What optics do you like? And what's the setup you like? The co-witness or you like the green dots? I don't have an optic that has a green dot. My M&P 2.0, my laser is green, which for green lasers, I think they're better, especially in the daytime, because you can see them easier if you're shooting outdoors, as opposed to a red laser outside in the daytime. It's very hard to see, man. That green one you can see, and you can kind of put the targets around as you like. Also, I've been looking at a lot more videos of guys and girls out shooting with scopes and getting used to it. Me, I'm a lot slow shooting my scope because I'm still trying to get used to the concept of bringing the firearm up and knowing where this particular scope is set where I can get a good sight on it. When I'm learning, when you shoot with a scope, is a technique that goes with it. I know on TV and on video games it looks easy, but in real life it's a lot. If it's just something you're not used to, it's a lot more difficult. Like I said, I'm used to always shooting iron sights, so I'm still working on getting used to shooting optics. Like I said, now with my 450 Bushmaster, it took me a while to get the optics set where I can actually see, but once I was able to actually get the crosshairs in where I can see, yeah, I didn't have no problem getting on target. So I want to work more on the where to pull it up, where to look, where I can go ahead on and get shots down range, definitely. So also, if you're coming in here, you catching me on the replay, make sure you give me a like. You guys know how GunTube is. You guys know we on GunTube, we gotta constantly fight the algorithm. We don't pay for views here. We don't pay to get our channel boosted. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, through good content, through hard content. This is a nutrition channel. All of my commentary may not always be glitzery and glamoury, but it's still needed. So, like I said, on my AR, I got a scope on it. I think I'm gonna wind up taking that scope off and putting maybe like an EOTech, some type of setup like that with a magnifier on it. And this, I got an idea what I want to buy for this. I'm gonna have to go and actually look at it. I got an idea what I'm gonna mount this to, though. I will say this, because I have my head-mounted camera that I just haven't gotten together yet. I'm gonna take this, once I get this mounted to the gun that I want to mount it to, I'm gonna put my head camera on and we're gonna do some shooting down range. We'll do it live, record it, but I'll record it and post it for you guys and girls. So maybe y'all can give me some instructions, some advice on how to get used to these scopes for my guys and girls that shoot with scopes a lot. Especially the technique of bringing it up and being able to get it on point real quick, like I said. And I'm having this discussion because this gun thing has been a journey for me throughout my life. I don't have a problem sharing this with you guys and girls, I know some people may have some of the same struggles or maybe learning some of the same things that I'm learning. That's why I don't have an issue with talking about it. I'm not going to ever sit here. Some of you guys know more about firearms and accessories than if I live to be 2,000 years old that I'll ever get to know that y'all know. That's why we have these discussions, Like I said, I go to other channels, I watch other channels, and then I go and read the comments when I'm watching it on my tablet, on my phone. That way I can see what I can learn from you guys and girls and from the other content creators. When I'm watching it on the TV, I'm just specifically watching the content. I don't pull it up so I can read the comments. I just specifically want to focus on the content and the content creator, what he or she is talking about. So, how say you guys? I love for y'all to hit me in the comment section and let me know here live, or if you catch me on the replay, I would love for you guys and girls to let me know what optic company do you prefer? What's the best? Like, I'm still learning about pistol optics in particular. The RMR and the SROs and all this. When I went to ARM 5, I shot several different guns that had different optics that I didn't know nothing about. I think I seen was it a Gideon out there? I shot a with a Trigicon for the first time. Uh, I think I'll have to get a 2011 before I ever even think about ponying up that much money for an optic, because I don't do enough shooting, and I don't have a gun expensive enough for me to pay $500, $600 for an optic. Uh, like I said, if I'm gonna get a Trigicon, it's gonna be on a Staccato or a 2011, and a real good 2011. It's not gonna be on a $200 gun. I'm gonna put a optic like that. That's just crazy to me. I just don't got money to throw away like that. But these types of accessories, you don't realize how much they enhance your shooting and your shooting confidence until you actually go out and shoot with them. Okay, you got an Arkin scope that seems to be good so far. That's a good deal, you know. Like I said, I'm still learning more about the business, because I'll give you guys a brief summary. I've been around guns my whole life. The first time I've actually ever seen a gun fired was during a New Year's celebration in New Orleans. They used to let us shoot for New Year's. I was 6 the first time I saw murder. Once I journeyed into getting into firearms, I knew a little bit, but the bare minimum. Carrying holsters and different accessories was never a thing to me. Even when I started buying firearms, I never made it a big thing. And now, as that gun tubers came along and I've had a chance to be around a whole bunch of different people, I see how much more accessories enhance your shooting. And not only does it enhance your shooting, it will enhance the ability for you to protect yourself if you ever had to. So, you know, like I said, with these scopes and stuff, man, as I'm not an avid hunter, because I haven't actually put the time necessary to really be out there. I do know here in Iowa, it's not like Louisiana where I'm used to. In Louisiana, you see shit to kill all day, all night. You don't have to, you go and deer hunt in Louisiana, it's nothing to find a deer. Here in Iowa, man, I mean, it's a time-consuming process. It's just work. Hunting is work, period, point blank. I haven't had things set up where I can make the time to really go out and hunt like I want, but I want to get all my firearms together so as I make this time, I can go out and do some hunting. You know, I get a chance to fish once in a while and things like that. So I just thought I would talk to you guys and girls about scopes, optics, stuff like that, and, you know, even lasers. Does this help you improve with your shooting? Now, I know with the lasers in some places, to my knowledge, in the city Chicago limits, lasers on your firearm are illegal. I've heard that. I don't know how true it is. If you do live in that area, you can let me know. But, excuse me, I definitely want to spend more time and practice long distance shooting and practice more with these optics, because once you get used to these optics, oh man, they just make you want to go to the range all the time. You know, like I said, when I left Arm 5, I was in pain, but I enjoyed myself out there, you know. So definitely find you some people that have optics if you're not sure. Now with GunTube, man, you can just, there's probably millions of videos out there now about different optics and getting comfortable with shooting optics and getting comfortable with shooting scopes and stuff. Because when you get into it, you learn it's not as easy as it looks on TV. Athlon chronograph and started playing with the ballistic calculators. Okay, yeah, because you guys know I got a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a little cheap, savage thing, you know, to plink around with. I am going to be investing into something a lot more upscale, because I want to be able to get out to 1,000 yards. Plus, I know a 6.5 Creedmoor, that round travels fast and it goes far. A 308, and there's a couple other long rounds I want. So I just said that I wanted to get more into my rifles, my long distance rifles. I have two of them now, the 450 Bushmaster and the 6.5 Creedmoor. I don't think I shoot them as much as I should, but I want to get more into that long distance shooting, because that helps, especially going out to hunt. I've been invited elk hunting. I just haven't made the time to get out there, because it's going to be a drive out to Montana and getting a pickup truck and all that stuff. But I want to make sure at 700, 800 yards, if I got to, I can put one down. I know on the videos, a lot of times people get closer than that, but I'm just saying I want to be realistic. So I definitely want to do that in Louisiana. Okay, yeah, that Savage, yeah. The upscale rifles I want is more of a want than a need. I'm pretty sure, as long as that Savage, as long as I got the right ammo in it and I fine tune it, it'll get the job done. And it's a whole lot lighter to carry. I just want to get me something a little bit more upscale as a want, not as a need. I think I went back. I think they sold it already. There's another store I'm gonna go to look for. I got the synthetic stock of the 6.5 Creedmoor. They have a 308 like that. I want to go get that 308 too, and it already come with a scope on it. So I just want to, like I said, that's a good setup just to get used to the technique of, you know what I mean? It's more work than people think it is when you actually get out there and try it. Like I said, on TV, on the videos, some of these guys and girls been shooting out of scopes and optics for so long, it's like second nature to them. But when it's something you're still learning and stuff, something you still getting used to, yeah, you're gonna have to work on it. So I definitely want to put in the work because I want to get the maximum results. And to me, the greatest result is gonna be the first time I actually get to have time all day to go out and hunt, and I can put something down, and I can share that with you guys and girls out here. That'll definitely be the pinnacle, Like I said, down in Louisiana, down in Texas, down in Mississippi, all them wild hogs, hey, I got a place for them in my freezer. I got to put in the work to get them, but my freezer is a good place for them. So definitely, like I said, that Crimson Trace 1500, they don't make it anymore. I think they make the 1550s now. I caught that optic on sale for $70. And I'll tell you, man, it's never failed me. I got one on my Ruger RXM, and I got the other on my Canik TP9 SFX. And oh man, I got them set in, and man, they just do the job. And I definitely love that. Like I said, I got the Romeo Zero on my Echelon, but for whatever reason, I can't get that thing to come on. So I'm gonna take it off. I'll probably wind up putting either a Vortex or a Holosun, or I saw another Crimson Trace here in town I might wind up getting to put on there. And definitely want to make sure that I have a optic on my EDC. It not only makes the gun look cool, but like I said, and with this Echelon, it co-witness because you can mount it directly to the gun. So I have my back optic, and my front optic is the night optic, the neon green. So definitely it'll co-witness. So if the dot ever go out, I can still get rounds down range where I need them to go, and as quick as I need them to get there. So I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're catching me on the replay, whatever you do, anytime you see my videos, make sure you give me a like. Even if you don't agree with what you hear here, you may know somebody that agree. And if you don't agree, reach out to me. As I always say, I just ask one thing. Be respectful. We can disagree. and we can be respectful about it. We can talk about it, and maybe I may be wrong. I may not know what I'm talking about. You may be able to send me in the right direction, so I definitely appreciate that. We got 5 wonderful people in here, but I got one. What's going on? All right, Zero, we appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button. Um, like I said, I definitely want to shout out a regular gun guy for putting the regular meetup together. Man, it was a very awesome experience. And like I said, I won this, and I didn't have to pay nothing. I just won it in the raffle. When we came, they gave us tickets, and it was an extra gift, I'm assuming, and they gave me a ticket, and I spoke it into existence. I said, I'm going to win that. They called my number, and definitely I got it. So I'm definitely going to put it to work. And another person that inspired this video is my brother, Well Dressed Tactical, because we had a conversation about optics and stuff like that. And we talked about his effing and his scars. And I was like, yeah, I had one optic. And so next, I'm going to get into suppressors because I don't own one. I own a couple firearms that's threaded barrel. I think I'm going to put one on my 22, my GSG Firefly. I will not put a suppressor on my Canic Elite Combat Executive, even though it's optic ready. That's more of a collector's gun. I rarely shoot that gun. I rarely even take it out the safe. So I got a couple more guns, I think, that's threaded barrel that I'd be able to put a can on. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one on my Scorpion and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get into that too. Just have a couple cans around. I think that's pretty cool. I think it makes the gun look pretty cool. Definitely. I shot a 300 blackout suppressed, and yeah. Also, by the way, I wanted to thank everybody who gave me a direction of going with my 300 blackout. They was telling me to check the ejector spring. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you guys and girls what I'm going to do. I think later today I'm going to go out to the public hunt land, and I'm going to test my 300 blackout again. And I'm going to post another video later today. And you guys and girls can let me know because sometimes it jams, or I haven't had a jam. What I've had is, as sometimes the round is ejected and get caught in the ejection port. It was a build. I didn't build it, of course. It was a build because when I wanted the 300 blackout, COVID hit, and everybody was buying up all the guns. So I wound up getting the barrel from a friend of mine, and I had to buy the kit. And I was just told if I change the ejection spring, that should clear the problem up. But I'm going to go out there in a little while. As a matter of fact, as soon as I finish filming this live stream, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to film. And I'm going to post it. You guys and girls know if my firearms malfunction, whatever, I do everything raw and uncut. I haven't done an edit video since I've been doing YouTube. And the reason I don't edit my videos is there's people who are far more better at this than I am. I want to give them a template of, okay, he did this, and that wrong. Let me make sure that I don't do that. But as far as having a jam or a problem on the gun, I don't feel embarrassed by that. Because you know what? As a part of owning firearms, I know sometimes people don't like to show that because it makes them feel like they're going to get roasted in the comment section, and people are going to tell you that they're less than. I mean, I had a guy roast me and run me in the ground that I didn't have a Glock and all this other carrying on. And look, everybody ain't going to buy a Glock. I might show a firearm or firearms on this channel that you may have, and you may have the same issue. Or you may not have that issue, or you may have had it, and you want to do that. Diligent defense for a can, really good for the price. Okay, I'm going to definitely keep that in mind. But, yeah, like I said, when I always shot GunTube out, I always shout out the people who watch our content. Not only at the Alert Zone TV, but all across GunTube. Because y'all are as big a part of GunTube as we are. Because if y'all don't watch this stuff, we just seem like a bunch of crazy people running around on the internet. So we definitely appreciate y'all, because at the end of the day, GunTube is for the legally armed. And GunTube is for those who are not legally armed that can be. This is to encourage you to do so. The criminals have their advocates. We're your advocates. So without you guys and girls, man, I'd just be a guy where people be telling me in my personal life that I'm crazy and I need to shut up about them fucking guns and I need to find something else to fucking do than to worry about a fucking gun and all this other crazy shit I've been told throughout the years. So with that being said, we done gave a good 30 minutes. Get the titanium. Okay, if I plan on lugging it around all day, get the titanium. Okay, I'm going to keep all that in mind. With that being said, everybody, this has been another episode of MidDay Mania. I know I started a couple minutes late. And to be honest, I was in there looking at clips of Proposition Joe from The Wire. Because him and Brother Muzon was my favorite characters. I've never really watched that show from beginning to end. I just always seen little bits and pieces. And I love those two guys, Brother Muzon and Proposition Joe. And I was just watching clips of that. And 12 o'clock snuck up on me. So wherever you guys and girls are on this planet, I hope you're safe. I hope you're being safe. And I hope you're taking measures to stay safe. With that being said, hit me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And until next time, stay safe, stay armed, defend what you love. Thanks to my brother, Well Dressed Tactical. Stay on high alert. Oh yeah, shout out to Sci Fair, by the way. We appreciate that. Stay on high alert, and we see y'all next time. Peace out.